jumping now into the next data problem. We're on trajectory to generate exponential amounts of data. It's just accelerating everybody. Just thinking about all the data that is aggregated just when you drive a car, or when you use your phone, or when you use variables. All of that gives us a massive amount of data, but mostly or often that data points are unstructured. Unstructured data points do not really help us to develop something with it. So that is equally true for every aspect of life as it is in a clinical setting. And therefore we need a solution that actually structures the unstructured data. And with that, I'd like to welcome the company Melax Tech and Xiang Yang and Stefanie to the stage.
Hi everyone, my name is Stefanie Kaufmann and I lead a team of data scientists within data and analytics for Roche Information Solutions. And I would like to introduce you to the pilot that we did with Melax Tech in the past 3 months that was all about, as the introduction already said, getting structured data out of unstructured patient reports. Now, in an ideal world, we would not even have to deal with that problem. In an ideal world, hospitals and physicians would already capture the data of any patient in a neat and structured format. But unfortunately, reality is not there quite yet. Some hospitals already capture data in a quite structured format, but they also might include some free text fields for the physicians to fill in additional notes. Other hospitals rely still very much on reports that are written up by physicians that capture most of the information of the patient and that are then uploaded in a PDF format to the system. And if you go to a general practitioner in Germany, you might even sometimes see them putting pen to paper, but hopefully this will soon be a thing of the past. Now, in these reports, a lot of information of the patient is hidden, and this is information that we desperately need for upstream processing, information like a tumor type, a tumor dimension as well, biomarkers that have been measured and the exact measurements. And we need this information to recommend the right treatments, recommend further testing, but also just to give the physician a good overview of all of the information that is already available on the patient. So to do that and extract this information automatically, to avoid what we have shown here, which is a physician struggling with data input, we are looking to a solution that is called natural language processing. And we did the pilot with Melax Tech in the last 3 months to look into their capabilities to automatically extract this data. Now handing over to Xiaoyan to tell you more about that.
Thank you, Steffi. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Xiaoyan Wang, CISO of Melax Tech. In the next few minutes, I will introduce you who we are as Melax Tech and what I have been doing with Steffi's team and what we can build together in the future. Melax Tech is a company, we are a technology company specialized in biomedical natural language processing, brief as NLP, as Steffi just mentioned. So there are 2 types of data in this world. One is structured data, such as a medication table prescribed by a physician, or all the diagnosis codes from a hospital. There was another kind which is unstructured, examples like clinical notes written by a doctor, or health news from a government, literatures, research papers published from a university. Those are natural text. So in clinical world, 80% of clinical information existed only in notes. That's exactly the area we're targeting to solve. We are a company spin-off from academic medical centers. In the past decades, we've been published 300 papers in NLP innovation, and all those NLP challenge tests will be ranking top 1 or 2, span over all kinds of biomedical textual data, such as literature, social media, clinical notes. And this is only a partial list of the award we have been winning. And remember, our competitors are those big tech companies such as Microsoft, Google, and Amazon. In the last 5 years, we actually kept average 40% increase for our annual revenue, and the team has been doubled in the past year. 80% of our scientists are PhDs trained in medical informatics, and 4 of us are actually professors from academic medical schools. So we keep our team small but smart. So our technology have been used and trusted by many of our customers. They spin over in different sections of healthcare, hospitals, technologies, and biopharma industries as well. So for this pilot project, Steffi illustrated nicely on the challenges they've been facing. As you can see on the left side, so those are the typical pathological notes containing very rich pathological information, which can be used to guide decision-making at the bedside and also the knowledge discovering at the benchside. Ideally, you would like to see all those informations extracted meaningfully and normalized, encoded in standard terminologies. The challenge is, can you retrieve those information with accuracy and at scale? So the simple answer is yes, we can. So briefly, the first step we've been doing is annotation. So there is a very simple way to understand what we've been doing in NLP. Think about, as a human being, we understand this word as what are they and how they related. That's exactly the way we teach our machines to learn. Okay, this is how a pathologist really think and document, and we translate that understanding into annotation, is our tool showing here, and with our tools, and this is the final annotation, documents physicians' understanding about what are they, how they related. Next step is modeling. So machines or NLP technologies has been advanced quickly in the last decades, and we've been using cutting-edge technologies such as deep learning and transformer technologies in this project. And this is the tool we built all those things together, customized for this project. And this is one of the architecture for deep learning technologies in the pipeline development. So after we taught the machine to learn a pathologist's understanding on notes, we got all those results from NLP. We want to realize and check, so end users can easily check, okay, this is the results of the outputs. Can they use that to build the cohort for insight generation? So we actually provide the platforms doing both. As you can see, insight generated automatically. This is the performance we've achieved for this project. As you can see, if the information is documented in the notes, we have been able to, using our technologies, to read it with accuracy on millions of notes if you have those. Besides English, we also work on different languages such as Chinese, Korean, Spanish. Steffi's team is now exploring a project of multilingual NLP, so we'll work together on how we move that forward with our solutions. So beyond this pilot project, there are many directions we could head together in the future. Again, we are the technology companies connecting all the biomedical text data, knowledge, and insight together. Pathology oncology is not the only type of nodes we've been working on. We actually work on different type of nodes for different type of diseases in immunology, neuroscience, or kind of rare diseases, etc. with our technology, we're able to outline the patient journey from the time he or she was born and track all the symptoms, signs, procedures, diagnosis along the trajectory. So that is the depth we can go for particular patients. Besides that, we have another dimension because we have access to more than 10 medical centers, so we can actually see the patient in the both depths, and also we see more patients, millions of patients at one time. Clinical notes is not the only text we've been working on. Clinical trial design, which is including exploring criteria for drug discovery. We processed thousands of clinical trials and tabulate them into knowledge base. Right now, we're working with a global pharma to optimize their clinical design with our technology and doing simulations from real-world data. People express their opinions in social media with text. For example, they write something about their personal experience and they believe in vaccine, yes, no. So thinking about remaining millions of those posts, we're able to understand how a particular person really, his decision or his belief on vaccine was affected by government policies, health news, his friend circles. So right now we're also working with one of our customers building up those patient-reported outcomes to understand, particular disease for specific communities such as LGBT communities or different age group communities. Literature is another rich source for knowledge discovery. Traditionally, systematic literature review is done manually. We automated that process and be able to realize all those data elements from literature real time. Build upon the knowledge, built upon all those knowledge from literature using NLP, we also imported transformers and scoring systems and generate new knowledge using knowledge graph. Think about if you design a compound treating a particular disease, you're probably wondering, okay, can I really repurposing this compound for different indications? What do you do with it? So you basically mining through all the existing knowledge, find all the interconnected concept, and then find the new one. That is also another drug repurposing project we've been working with one of the big pharma. By far, I've shared you all those NLP plus of platforms we built for clinical documents, social media, literature, etc. Think about the power of integrating all those data and the knowledge together. You would have the full landscape of a disease or any of the area of interest in healthcare. I could go on and on about what we can do, but we got to stop here. Before I finish here, I'd like to thank so many of you, Roche's team, Christine, Steffi's team, and also the Chris-Sphere for this opportunity. We thank every one of you, Steffi, Lucia, Neil, and all of you for the great work together. And I'll remember all those morning meetings with all of you, and which kicks off my good days in the past 3 months. Thank you, everyone. If you have any questions, come to find me after this.